Hey, good evening, everybody. We made it to the party. Woo! Oh, man. Chris Pate here. Merry Christmas. Steve Rodriguez, class of 86. What's going on?
I don't know. I can't talk right now. I'm so angry. But you said I've had to deal with FedEx, the singular tooth woman, which we're going to give an update on. And now this crap, this technology. Whoever invented, listen, in 1975, my TV worked. You know, I used to get like replays in football and basketball right after the play. Now I've got high definition 62 angles, yet I'm waiting for them to do the replay. All right. Sorry. Merry Christmas.
Glad to see you. Hey, man, how you like my shirt, man? Can you see my shirt?
That's very good. That is spectacular. The heat
miser and the freeze miser, man.
Yeah, that is really
I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Sun. I'm Mr. Heat Blister. I'm Mr. 101.
That is great. So is your eggnog spiked?
Well, I don't have any eggnog, but I do have a little Christmas cheer right here. Threw a couple extra cherries in my bourbon this evening for that, Christmas flavor.
Very good.
Oh, but wait. I have my Christmas cheer. Well, what does Santa have? In one pocket, he has a Christmas bear. In the other pocket, he has a Christmas beer. Look at Santa. Thinking of me so early. Thank you, Santa.
That's really nice of Santa. He got you exactly what you wanted.
Exactly, man. I tell you what. And a couple weeks early, too, to boot. Like, he knows I'm going to need it to make it from now till Christmas for sure.
Oh, that is classic. That is classic. So we're here for the Christmas episode, the final episode of the Alumni podcast for 2020. And the first thing I want to ask is, give us an update on that game the other night with Clearwater Central Catholic. What did you think of the game?
Oh, man. Well, boys got thumped 64-51. Yeah. Be honest, man, they just got a lot of work to do. They at times they had flashes of brilliance. Yeah. First quarter, the defense was phenomenal. Only gave up 9 points. 3 of those were on a lucky bounce shot that went around the rim. But after that, defense kind of struggled. Struggled a lot over the course of the evening. So got a lot of work to do in the season if they want to get to where they want to be at the end of the year. But we got who we got coming up? Cambridge coming up this week. So that's a good chance for you now.
Yeah,
they don't count.
I feel better. Like you said, I mean, we've watched these games and got a lot of work to do. They got tremendous talent, tremendous pieces on the chessboard, and certainly, I think better talent than last year. They're a year older, like you've talked about, more experience. So great opportunity ahead of them.
Yeah.
But the other night, we didn't get their best, and so hopefully they'll turn it around quickly for Cambridge. You and I are hoping to be down there for the Brandon game Thursday night next week, correct?
Yeah, good possibility. Good possibility indeed. Looking forward to that.
You've got business that takes you back home, and we're hoping to leave for Christmas vacation. And my intent, hopefully, is to get to that Brandon game. Maybe get Freddie to go. We'll get all the Brandon boys and go watch Bayshore versus Brandon Hyatt at the meet me at the Ramey. So
that's right. That'd be awesome, man. That'd be great to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe we could even get some of the old Sadie Park guys to go, like
get like Doug Colson to go.
Doug Colson, Jim Williamson, they might go.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. We get
Doug yeah.
Steve Moran's still in the area.
That's right.
Big Brandon guy.
What about John Farina? Wasn't he?
Yeah, Farina. Yeah. He played at Brandon and Armwood, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. That's true. Right. But he was a Sadie Park guy, so. But yeah, Brandon Armwood. That's correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, so here we are. So we just going to take a quick show tonight. We don't have a guest. Last time I said that, we still went an hour and a half.
Who needs a guest?
Right. But we've had some great guests, and we wanted to give a shout out to all the alumni that have helped make this Facebook page work and the show to work. Tell me some of your people you want to give a shout out to as we get started here.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody that follows the Facebook page. Without you guys' support, and I don't know if you guys support us or just want to laugh at us, but anyway, whichever it is, we don't care, you know. We're just happy to make everybody else happy and give you a little bit of joy. But thank you so much for following. We never thought we'd have 350 plus members. We said time and time again, we thought we'd have 20 guys and be done. So thank you. Having said that, feel free to, again, I put this on the page today, but again, feel free to post your small businesses over this coming month. Certainly want to help each other out, help out a faith warrior, patronize their small business. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, you guys are the ones that make us. I mean, obviously, shout out to all the guys that have been on, all the guys and gals that have been on the show. You know, it takes a lot of courage to come up here and step out and put yourself on the line in front of two knuckleheads like us. So, you know, kudos to those guys. But other than that, that's it. Happy, you know.
That's really good. Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, that's great. I mean, just what you said, and just a shout out to everybody who came on, like you said. You know, Herman, the Blockers, JD, Peterson, the cheerleaders. I'll never forget the cheerleader episode. John Arville, Derek Smith, you know, Tom came on, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody, so please forgive me.
Coach Day came on with a preview.
How can we forget the main man, Coach Day?
Right. Yeah.
So thank you all for coming on. This is ridiculously silly, and it is two people who have zero talent whatsoever, on air talent. Well, Chris has talent. I don't have any talent. And,
I don't have talent. I just have a hat with a ball.
But it is important. Like when we started doing this, you called me up or texted me and said, you know, if Hillsborough County Hoops can do this, we can do it better. And it can be for Bayshore, and that's true. And so we did it, and we thought it'd only be 20 guys, but we'd be able to get our top 10 lists out. And then it just sort of, you know, grew, and Bayshore matters, man. I mean, when you think about all from 1971, 72, when the school started, this is the 50th year. You think of the 80s, you think of the Herman Valdez Empire through the 1990s, and then you think of all the graduates that have gone along for that. Bayshore has mattered, whether it's a lawyer, a doctor, a CEO of Fitness for Life. You know, Peterson's a CEO. It's a coach, a teacher, a preacher, a missionary. Bayshore matters. And when it comes to basketball, we mattered more than anybody else. And so I'm really glad that we did this. And thank you, everyone, for coming on and being a part of the Facebook page. And hopefully it'll grow some more. We got more money to give away. If we can get up to 400 members, we got some money to give away tonight. Chris, did you want to do that now? You want to wait till the end? What are your thoughts?
Now we can do it now, man. I think I'm ready. So I got a little trusty Santa hat here. And so what are we drawing for tonight, Steve? What's the prize tonight, buddy?
Well, that was the thing when we talked about it. It was like, how can we give away money? Right. And we thought giving away money, we'd have a lot of people participate. We had several participate, and thank you for doing it. And what the contest was, the BCS Alumni Holiday Contest, was you were to send in a picture, either post it to the timeline or send it to us, and we posted, of you saying Merry Christmas or having happy holiday wishes for your fellow faith warriors. And so we had several people send in their picture. They were great pictures. Some of them were very creative. And we put all your names in is that a stocking?
Santa hat. Woo!
So that's what we're drawing for. We'll get in touch with you by direct message on Facebook to get your address or Cash App or whatever. So we're going to draw that name right now, and it's up to you, Mr. Pate.
All right. Santa says, boys and girls, the grand winner of the $25 Christmas giveaway is Kimberly Loggins Harkness. Woo! Kimberly Loggins Harkness, you're a winner. Yay!
I think she was the first one to post.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So lots of people posted. Elijah, Kyle Frisco, Amanda, Brian, the usual crowd. Thank you for participating. And Kimberly, either Chris or I will get a hold of you tomorrow by on the Facebook page, direct message.
Kimberly!
Woo! And we'll make sure to get that $25 out to you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right. Great idea, Steve. Making people happy this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. That time of year. Speaking of, before we get on to that time of year, which we've got a few things we want to tell that are Bayshore alumni history stories, like we always do. But before that, tell us what your favorite moment, Chris, was of all the podcasts that have aired so far this year.
Oh man, that's a tough one. There were so many great moments, so many unexpected moments, so many privileged moments to be with to talk with some of these guys. You know, the greatness that is Mount Rushmore with Brian Peterson and Derek Smith. But I would say, if I had to narrow it down to one moment, it would be the coming of age story of Missy Cabot, Alicia Charlene, when she found that man in that van doing what men do.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know you were going to go back to that. That is funny. Yeah. I don't think I've ever laughed harder. The cheerleading episode, like we said in the first episode, there could be lies, there can be half-truths. Not only are there lies and half-truths, there can be stuff we think we remembered and it wasn't correct. There's all kinds of stories we can't tell. That sharing of that story was one of the funniest things. I mean, I was just laughing nonstop. Laughing just thinking about it. So yeah, thank you, Missy Cabot, for that one.
Yeah.
What I remember is the Harville episode was really good because it got deep into basketball. So was the Edwards episode. They all were good. Peterson, Derek Smith. The cheerleaders, of course, were outstanding. Really for me, it wasn't actually an episode, but it was talking about it was an episode, but the top 10 moments and remembering the miracle at Ramey. A lot of people go through a high school career. A lot of teams, players go through high school, go through every level of sports and don't have a moment like that.
Right.
And so, I mean, I'm remembering Noriega in the bag, Lord Jesus, let me out. I'll never forget that. Kevin, we're hoping to have you on with Blocker to talk about 88.
Oh my gosh, the Blockers were hilarious.
Yeah, the Blockers, I mean, what was the one they said? I mean, when Mike got thrown out of the locker room naked, that was pretty funny.
Or who was it that drove their car onto the red top?
Brian Heskett. And just the memories of Red Top, the payphone, all of these things, man, are just so good to remember and to share with everyone. So that's what I remember most was the miracle at Ramey. But like you said, there's so many. There's really no way to narrow it down, really.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking about, and switching over then to the next thing is Christmas memories. This is the Christmas season, Christmas episode. Tell me what you remember from back in that time in school about Christmas. What do you remember about Christmas?
From that time period, man, it was a lot of just hanging out with really good friends and going to Christmas parties. But there was one event that took place on Christmas Eve in my senior year. And forgive me, Mr. Valdez, I know that I was raised and taught better. But me and a certain BCS kindred spirit and all of our juvenile haste and, Christmas spirit decided to take Red Ryder BB guns and go around town and shoot all the Santa Clauses in people's front yards.
Did you get caught?
What's that?
Did you ever get caught?
No, I guess we never got caught, not to this day.
Does this constitute a confession that you're seeking repentance with Jesus?
Yes, absolutely. If I was Catholic, If I was Catholic, this would be something I would tell in the confessional for sure. On my deathbed. Absolutely. Jesus already knew what I had done, so he already forgave me, thank God. But now the world knows.
What was that? What was the movie that Red Ryder BB gun is from?
A Christmas Story.
Christmas Story, right? Yeah.
You'll shoot your eye out. Well, we went and shot Santa Claus's eye out. Let me tell you.
So you didn't get caught, but was there a close call? Like you almost got caught, or somebody see you as you were pulling away?
No, we pretty much made a clean escape. We did it from the clear cover of our vehicle. One was driving while the other one was shooting out the window. So kind of like gangland style. Against Santa Claus. So yeah,
that's funny.
Good wholesome teenage fun there, guys. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And remember, children, do as I say, not as I do.
Well, I think the redeeming quality about being at this stage of our lives is that it proves that children will or at least can survive the mistakes of their youth.
Oh yeah.
God forgives them, and they can still move on to more important things in life. So my memory of Christmas at Bayshore, I want to say it had to be my junior year. No, it was my senior year. Me and another fellow faith warrior who will remain nameless, and it will eventually come out. So don't think you're going to get out of it. But we and it was his idea. Thought it would be very good as Christians. I kid you not, that it would be very good as Christians to give to homeless people, but not just give to homeless people, give what they would want. So we go and purchase 6 packs of beer and turkey and drive around Kennedy Boulevard. I'm sure it's cleaned up today, if I remember correctly, but back then, Kennedy was not, a great place. And Kennedy and where it intersects with North-South Boulevard, which goes by University of Tampa. There used to be a little gas station there. I don't know if it's still there. And there was really a rough crowd. So we went up and down Kennedy looking for homeless people to give them beer and turkey or food, whatever type of food. And we went underneath over on Adamo Drive, where you go through downtown and where the Crosstown Expressway is over the top. Homeless people used to live over there. And so we took them all food. And we roll up in a Firebird, a red Firebird with our big old gold medallion. Yeah, these gold medallions and a goatee. One of the guys says, "Hey man, sell a kilo for me." They thought we were drug dealers doing something nice for Christmas. So we thought that we were doing something nice for people and giving them money that we thought they would just spend it on alcohol anyways. So that was obviously, we would not recommend anyone who has children letting them see this or doing that.
Yeah.
It probably isn't safe. But,
probably not.
No, but it was really, we thought it was cool. We thought it was cool, and then we think it's funny years later. That's what I remember senior year at Bayshore, me and one other faith warrior who knows who he is. And it will come out. And it was your idea. I got talked into it. I was driving. That's what I remember. And
oh man, that's awesome. That's great. Classic.
I don't know where you were. Maybe you were because we all hung out at that time.
No, I was out shooting Santa Clauses in people's front yards.
Very good. So we covered shout outs to everybody. We've covered what our favorite Christmas memory with Bayshore alumni was. I don't really, I think I needed to give a report on the Fitzpatrick files. If you have a second, I'll go ahead and share that. And we're near the end. A lot of people thought this was funny as well. Apparently Freddie Tomasello shared it with his mother and she was laughing. John Arville shared it with people that he works with and they were laughing. It wasn't meant to be funny. It's a serious story. we're trying to recover the Fitzpatrick files, and we can't communicate with anybody at FedEx. And the only person we've been able to speak to is a singular tooth woman. And I don't know why.
Sorry to interrupt, Steve. Just for you guys that don't know, the Fitzpatrick files are from Chris Fitzpatrick, class of what was he, 98, I guess?
98 or 99, yeah, somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah.
If Chris is watching, type it into Facebook so we can get it correct. But you're exactly right. Chris Fitzpatrick played on at least 2 very good teams. I don't know if all 3, but 2 teams that were 20+ wins and made it to the district finals. I want to say that he played, with one of the Dibble years, I think is true. But yeah, so Chris Fitzpatrick's father, Bob Fitzpatrick, offered to send the videotapes from the late 90s. So we greatly appreciate it. And we're sure that they're going to turn up, but the singular tooth lady was unable to tell us when that'll be. So that's where we're at right now on the Fitzpatrick file search. That's my update.
No more report on the single tooth lady.
Well, I didn't go back. I didn't go back to see her. I was sort of afraid just entering the FedEx facility there. It's like a fortress because of COVID. Yeah. And, it's nothing gives you any confidence going into that building. So, I'm not going back, hopefully. We'll see what happens, but we're working to find the files and we will get those videotapes eventually. But yeah, no more interaction with the single tooth lady.
Well, Steve, I got a question for you, man. You've got a lot of questions for me. I got a question for you. What are you asking for from Santa that is Bayshore related this year?
I guess it wouldn't be a gift. It would be a Final Four trip.
There you go.
And I'm praying that they have success. So what are you asking Santa that is Bayshore related? Or from Santa that's Bayshore related?
Oh, the same thing. At least the Final Four run,
Right.
Love to see these guys get it together. I mean, like you said, they've got such great talent on this current team. They can do whatever they want to do, find it in themselves. They want to do it and do it for 32 minutes in a game, and they can play with anyone, So, and I've enjoyed watching them. These first 3 games. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not down on the team at all. They just have a little work to do, but they're right there. I've got a feeling Coach Day's gonna, get them in gear a little bit. A few extra laps of practice, maybe a couple of suicides will remind them of what's what around here and who they represent. So,
right. Go a little old school on them.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to be. I mean, they're loaded. They're better than last year. I mean, I have every confidence in the world that they will go to the Final Four. It won't be easy. Their schedule is very difficult. I mean, Clearwater. We're sitting here complaining. Clearwater Central Catholic is 3A or 4A. They're not chopped liver. So that was a really challenging game for a Monday night. So I completely agree with you. We want to go over. There's 2 more things to do. We've got to go over what we think for the second half of the season, and then just close it out with a reminder of the season that we're in. You tell me what you think about some of these guests. We've got second half of the season. We've got probably Coach Valdez round 2. We got Jonathan Johnson. We got Tree. We got Fielder. We got John Blocker. We got Ernie Matos. We got most of 1993 through 1999.
Yeah.
We got Freddie Tomasello coming on for the Brandon boys. We've got the 1980s cheerleaders. That's my sister Tina Wendell, Susan Sims. I think we're going to get Tracy Dowdy. If I'm forgetting anybody, forgive me, but I know Vicky Ewell. So all those are coming on for an episode. We're going to get some of the Bayshore opponents. Coach Finland's got a lot of great Herman Valdez stories. He told us a few, and they are just outstanding. Hopefully Steve Logeman, who played for Shorecrest, going to share a little bit about that game, which we've covered in the past. And then, of course, we got a big episode to wrap up, a baseball episode again with John Harville. And when you go through the research that you and I have done, it's even better than what we thought in terms of the talent and what could have been. It is the most what could have been of all Bayshore sports when you think about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were we're on the cusp of and I guess unfortunately for us, we played in an era in the '80s, and we've talked about this before, and I won't go into it too long, but baseball in Hillsborough County in the '80s was king, and so that era just was filled with talent in the 1A division on up. So we played against a lot of great players that don't have minor league and major league careers. Anyway, but a lot of great talent. Once we get John Harville and begin to talk about baseball, I'd like to try and get David Shabert on. That'd be great. Here to talk about.
Yeah, Shabert. If Shabert's out there watching, we need him on for that episode because his career, what that represented and what he did. He went to the pros. He played at HEC. They had a national title at HEC. It's going to be unbelievable when we list off the names of kids that played at Bayshore and what they did while at Bayshore, and how close we were to being a baseball dynasty. Really looking forward to that episode. Harville told me one other thing. It's totally unrelated to any of this, but it's so funny. It's not going to be funny probably replaying it here, but he was talking about how I can't say it on the air. I'm sorry. I just can't say it. So I apologize. I shouldn't have brought it up.
What?
It has something to do with like a kid who is causing Coach Dibble lots of problems. So Coach Dibble wanted to make sure that the basketball players took it out on him in dodgeball and PE. I don't even think you can play dodgeball anymore. Are you allowed to play dodgeball anymore? I mean, if we have some teachers watching, Missy Cabot, are they allowed to play dodgeball? Do you know, Chris?
No, I don't know. I doubt it.
Yeah. So, Dibble had hey, don't throw the ball above the shoulders. And then you guys come over here.
But hey,
I
if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah, that was a good movie. So I think we
cotton.
I think we covered it all. We gave our shout outs to everybody. Again, can't thank you enough. 360 members on the page. Lots of people follow us on this podcast, and we appreciate it. We gave a report on the game, and looking forward next week. If you're in town, anybody's in town, going to try to go to that Brandon game. We're going to all try to attend that Thursday night next week. So please try to make it if you're an alumni. Covered the Fitzpatrick files. You covered the game update, all the shout outs, favorite moments from Christmas back when we attended Bayshore, and who's going to be on in the second half of the season, podcast season. Last thing is, what do you want to say to everybody in terms of the end of the year, Christmas spirit, all that sort of stuff? What do you want to say as a closing statement for 2020?
Well, hey, I get on here and I joke a lot and play around, and I've, obviously even tonight shared some stories that aren't too flattering, of course, but in the end, like the rest of us, in all sincerity, I'm saved by the grace of God. Jesus Christ died on the cross for my sins, just as he died for yours, and all you gotta do is accept it into your heart, and you're forgiven for all your sins, and you can spend eternity with us in heaven. And imagine how much fun that will be with me and Steve in heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's really good, right? That's the real meaning of the season. And I'm not really good at seriousness, so probably only have a few words, but very thankful for everyone. Just remember the time of year, pray for your friends, pray for your loved ones, pray for the country, pray for the school. We are certainly aware of everybody going through COVID. This show and this Facebook page probably would not have started had that pandemic not been happening, because me and Chris had some time on our hands.
Right.
And, a lot of people have suffered because of this virus, and we are certainly praying for all of them. Bayshore Christian Faith Warrior Alumni, we're all a Christian family, and we are not perfect, Lord knows from watching this podcast, but we are certainly forgiven, as Chris said. So we're very, humbled by everybody getting involved, and really thankful. So have a great end of year. Hope to see you at that game next week, and we'll get ready for 2021 coming around the corner.
Yeah, keep Christ in Christmas. Go with God, and Merry Christmas. See you next year.
Merry Christmas. Thanks, Chris. We'll see you.
Merry Christmas, Steve.
Merry Christmas.